Everybody, JC here from Toy News International, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. This isn't going to be a full-on review, but I wanted to just share a modification that I did to my Spider-Man, Iron Spider, Avengers, Infinity War Marvel Legend figure. So as I'm sure most of you know by now, Hasbro kind of dropped the ball a little bit on this figure by not including the metallic arms that you see him use in the movie that kind of, are signature for the Iron Spider costume for both the movie and the comics. So I don't know why Hasbro didn't include the arms with their figure. Whatever the reason though, and Hasbro may eventually down the road do another version of this figure, and include the arms. It's definitely, I know some of you seem to have thought that they were going to do it in that MCU 10th anniversary 3-pack, the final one that was revealed last week, but as it is, they did not include it. It was just that 3-pack's only going to have Thanos, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man, which I talked about in last week's news video. But anyway, so the Hero Vision, which is Hasbro's more basic 6-inch line, these are cheaper figures. These basic figures, they only cost about $10, and they have limited articulation. Actually look pretty good. I mean, you can see here that this is the Hero Vision figure, and you can see a little bit taller than the Marvel Legend version, but overall, as far as like paint applications and sculpting detail, they are very similar in actual quality and everything. But anyway, and if you're not familiar, this is the packaging. I've already opened it, obviously, but they come in these card backs with the Avengers Infinity War logo and everything. And they're titled Hero Vision figures, and they've done a number of them. The Iron Spider is in the second series, which is starting to hit shelves now. So if you don't see it on shelf just yet, give it a week or so, and I'm sure they'll be everywhere. But anyway, so you can see with this Iron Spider figure, the Hero Vision basic one, that you've got a hole in the back here, and it's actually a fairly large size hole. And so the Marvel Legend version did not have a hole originally on the figure's back. So the arms that they included with the Iron Spider, the basic version, the Hero version, has basically this back piece. So you can remove the arms. They just attach with little clips. And so this back piece, you can see on the back side, you've got this rather large peg, and you do have some sculpting detail on the back side of this pack and everything. And then on the front side here, you have a smaller peg. And again, you have some sculpting detail, and this is done with just a metallic gold and everything. Now, this little peg on the front is actually made, technically it's made for these Infinity Stones, which come with all these Hero Vision figures. This is kind of part of the gimmick of the figures, and they interact with the Iron Man mask Hero Vision, which I've never actually used or anything, so I'm not really going to talk much about that. But all these figures come with these little Infinity Stone things, and so the way with the actual regular figure, you're just supposed to attach it to the front of the backpack like that, and it's supposed to kind of like power him up or something. But for our purposes today, my suggestion is that you plug this back piece into your Marvel. If you're going to do this, you plug this in using this smaller peg. So technically you're putting the pack on backwards, but it still, I think overall looks pretty good because again, you have some sculpting detail, but then you don't have to put as big a hole on your Marvel Legend figure because again, that peg on the front there is smaller. Okay, so what exactly will you need to do in order to plug this back piece into the Marvel Legend figure? Well, essentially you're going to have to find a way to put a hole on the back of the figure. And what I did to do that was I took a power drill and I just drilled the hole, and you want to do it very slowly. If you're going to use a power drill, you want to do it very slowly so you don't go all the way through the figure or something along those lines. Now I used a drill bit 7x64, and this is the drill bit I used, and you can see, it fits right in there. So like I said, if you're going to use a power drill, and if you're a younger viewer watching this video, and you're going to use a power tool, make sure you get your parents' permission and everything. But basically, you just do it, and it should go in there pretty easy. It took me about 3 minutes to drill this hole, so it wasn't a big deal or anything. Now again, I chose to make a smaller hole on my figure, and I tried to center it up as best as I could with the spider symbol here on the back. You can see the hole that was already included on the Hero Vision version is much bigger, and I didn't want to have that big of a hole on the back of my figure. So I went with the smaller hole, and this will fit, you know, pretty good with this small peg on the front of the back piece. So once you drill the hole in there, you know, you just again plug it in. Now, if you would rather have the back piece, you know, the regular way like it's meant to be, like this, then you'll just need to drill a bigger hole, which shouldn't be too difficult. Again, I just really didn't want to have that big giant hole on the back of my Marvel Legend figure. And like I said, because of this back piece having a sculpting detail on the back here, I actually don't think it looks too bad backwards. And just to give you an idea, here, I'll actually plug it into the Hero Vision figure, and that's how it would look otherwise. So that's really your choice, and you know, like I said, if you want to do a bigger hole to do it correctly, you'll just want to use a bigger drill bit. But as it is, I'm going to put this in. So now all that you have to do is just plug in these arms. Now I do want to note with these arms, unfortunately, they are not articulated other than where you plug it into the pack, but there's no articulation on the arm pieces, and so you just plug them in like that. But basically, you just plug it in. So, you know, these arm pieces, because they're not articulated and they're not super big, you know, you're not going to really be able to do a whole lot with them. You're not going to be able to like carry figures like you see them do in the movie and stuff, or at least not really, not very good. Do get some up and down movement, so you can kind of do them forward like this, or you can do them more back and vice versa. And again, you can kind of flip it around, piece around like this. And it's really whatever you want to do. So, you know, you can kind of play around with it. But, you know, if you just want to pose it with the basic pose with the arms out, you know, I think this definitely works well. Now, obviously, there are other companies that are doing Iron Spider that have included the arms. So the SH Figure Arts Tomasi Nations Iron Spider figure, which is hitting overseas now. I actually hope to have that figure in hand later this week, and we'll be doing a review of that. But, you know, that one includes the arms. And then Diamond Select Toys is doing a 7-inch scale Iron Spider figure, which we haven't actually seen images of the actual figure, but we do know they're doing one, and that one will have arms. Those arms seem much bigger, so it'll be interesting to see how those arms will attach to the figure, and if there's maybe a way to be able to port those over to your Marvel Legend version. You know, even though they're bigger for a 7-inch scale figure, it still might work, and those will probably be articulated. Those arms probably will be articulated so that you'll be able to do more with them. But we'll have to see, you know, we'll hopefully get official images for that figure soon and see exactly what we're getting with those. But that's a possibility with another modification. You know, that figure cost a lot more. You'd have to pay, you know, like $25 for that figure. Again, these Hero Vision figures are cheap. They're about $10. So, you know, it's not drastically expensive to get these just to get the arms. You know, you might even like, you know, I don't know, you might prefer to just use the Hero Vision figure. Like I said, these Hero Vision figures actually don't look bad. You've got more metallic gold on the chest area than you do the Marvel Legend version, which I don't know if you like or not. And you got the back spider symbol. Let me take the pack off here. You know, it's a little bit different looking as well. You've got the larger hole in the back. The big downside with these, again, is that you just have less articulation. You can turn the head. That's about it. You can rotate the arms. You get the standard ball hinge joint there. And then you get a single hinged elbow. You do get rotation there, but no wrist articulation. So that's another thing, you know, if you were wondering if you can take like the hands off of this figure and use it on this one, unfortunately not, because the hands aren't removable since there's no articulation there. I guess if you're really into customization and everything, you might find a way to be able to just take this entire lower arm off and put it on your Marvel Legend, though, you know, again, you wouldn't have an articulated wrist even if you did that. Then with the midsection, you get no midsection articulation, no ab crunch, no waist swivel with these Hero Vision figures. And then with the legs, you can only do them forward and back. You don't have any kind of splits or anything like that. And then there's no knee articulation with this guy either, unfortunately, and no ankle articulation. So again, definitely more limited with the articulation on these basic Hero Vision figures. But overall look, you know, they don't look bad. And here, I'll show you the whole pack. Of course, we got to turn the arms around. But that's how the arms look on the Hero Vision figure. And again, you can kind of do the arms back and forth, but that's about it. So that's it for today. Again, I just want to kind of share this simple mod. I had posted some images on social media for this figure, and some of you were asking how it was done. So I just wanted to give you kind of a brief description of that. I will be reviewing, again, I'm hoping to have the Iron Spider figure from Tomasi Nations, the SH Figure Arts one, later this week. And then I also have the new Amazing Yamaguchi Revel Tech Carnage figure, which I will also be reviewing this week. So a lot of Spider-Man reviews this week. This I hope to have either up tomorrow or on Wednesday at the latest, but definitely we'll be reviewing it this week. So that's it. You know, it is Memorial Day here in the United States. If you're watching in the US, I hope you have a safe and happy Memorial Day. To everyone else, thanks for watching. As always, like the video if you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch accounts. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.